So this exact bridge piling is where I caught decent fish earlier, about a 2-pounder, and that's a really good fish for me in the winter. Especially on the Ohio River, that's a good fish anytime, especially in the winter. That's a really nice fish. You know, this bridge has everything. It's in the deeper water. This bridge is about in 13 feet of water, which is plenty deep for a winter fish. It's got a bunch of pilings on it, and it's just an overall great place. It's positioned in the middle of the creek, so it's just a good place to fish. The next technique is a really good standby for me at all times of the year, but in winter it really seems to shine, and I think it's because it's good ambush and it provides good cover. So basically that's just finding good depth on a bank that has either rock or wood on it, maybe a docks. But rock and wood is really good. So we got a nice rock bank that I caught a fish on earlier out here, and we're gonna go fishing. I'm gonna show you guys how to fish this. You don't want a rock bank that's real shallow. You always want a little bit of depth to your structure in the winter, and this bank, you know, it drops off real quick, so it's a real good bank for winter. And I've just caught a lot of fish on this particular bank in the winter. So I like to throw balsa crankbaits in the winter just because their action seems to get me a lot of bites in the winter. I really stopped using the plastics in the winter because they just seem to get me less bites than the balsa will. I don't know if it's the action, the way it floats. Balsa gets me more bites. That's all I know, and that's why I use it. So this is a Rapala DT4. Depending on how deep you are, depends how deep you want your bait to go. And you know, I'm going to be paralleling this bank, and I'm going to be fishing about 4 to 6 feet off the bank, because that's about as far as the rock goes out. You still want that rock for those fish to relate to, and so as far as the rock goes out, that's generally where I'll fish. So if a rock bank goes out real far, I'll start pretty close, and then I'll work my way out until I find the fish. Now, this type fishing generally can get you a lot of bites, but it can also get you a bunch of smaller ones. And that's the whole thing about the cranking, is you can get smaller bites, but you can still get the big ones. You just have to weed through some. All right, so we fished that whole rock bank pretty much. I just got this little bit left, which gets pretty shallow, so I'm not going to fish that. So I'm going to buzz up here real quick, and we're going to fish some laydowns now. So hopefully we can get some doing that. Stay tuned. Now, another way I'll use this bank is with like a tube. A tube is a real good bait in the winter because it has a very stiff action. There's one right there. That's a good one. Look at that. That's a nice little keeper for today, you know? Like I was saying, winter fishing is tough. You can tell that fish is really cold. Just got him. 2 fish I've hooked on this crankbait today came on that. These Rapalas I think they started to discontinue, which I think they're a good hook, but they come with this VMC, I forget the exact name, but it's this extra long hook on the back, and I've caught 2 fish on that hook today. They're just short striking it because they're real finicky today. And let me show you that hook. But you know, that's a decent fish, a pound. You know, that's a good fish from the winter. If you're catching fish in the winter, doesn't matter what size they are, I'm happy, because winter for me, I'm lucky if I'm fishing. So if I'm catching fish, that's a really good bonus. So I've got 2 fish today on the crankbait that are hooked on that extra long hook on that Rapala. I mean, I don't know if they're just eating the bait and that one's just catching first, or if that one's just catching and I wouldn't be catching them if I didn't have that, but I just know that they're not eating it real good today. But you know, little fish like that, you know, that's a good fish though.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode. Just started fishing and just got a nice 2.5 pounder. We're going to let this guy go and get back to you.
So we've had a lot of cold weather. We actually had about like 8 inches of snow on the ground about 2-3 weeks ago, and we've had a week of warm weather, or fairly warm enough to melt it all and melt all the ice, and we are actually back in fishing. And that's the first, like, literally 5 minutes. We just got to the pond. Justin ties on this. Explain to that rig real quick.
It's a Zika rig, just basically like a Texas rig, but it's got this weight up front. Just gives it a bit of different action.
You got a little sweet beaver on there?
Yep.
Was that a watermelon? Yeah.
Forget what it's called actually.
Just a natural crawl. We started out on this little point. Justin hooks into one and it's a good one. That's typical winter fishing though. Winter fishing, you're not gonna get as many, but they're a little bit better size. So nice 2.5 pound to start off the day. I mean, we shouldn't even be fishing right now, but we've had a pretty lucky warm streak here. So it's cold out today, but hopefully we can get some more, so stay tuned. All right, everyone, we came back a couple days later, same pond that Justin got that nice fish on, and it's got like a little 1.25 pound fish on a Lunker City ribster on a shaky head. So they're coming up for shad in this lake already. I mean, it's weird, but they are. They're coming up for shad, and Justin's been trying to work the little hulls in. So we're gonna fish for some more today and hopefully get some more, so stay tuned.
Hey guys, welcome back. We just switched to another pond. It's been kind of tough, but we got this nice little guy here. We're gonna let this guy go and get back to you.
What'd you get him on?
Another Zika rig fish.